What's up? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and I'm out here with this AK103 from LDARC, and as you can see, I have some different props on it, and we're just going to talk about this little guy for a little while. I was just out here to just fly this thing, check it out with these props on it, but I have found some things that I don't like about this finally, and so we're going to discuss that right now. It has to do with these motors, all the issues that I have with it. Now, these motors are really light motors. They're a new size motor. I don't think I've seen this size before. It's an 1101.5 size motor, so very light. And previously I had nothing but praise for this little guy. You know, I think this thing is, well, I still really like it. I just have a few gripes with it, with these motors in particular. So let's get into it about these motors. One of the things I don't like about these motors here is that they don't have mounting holes. These motors don't have holes for mounting screws, so you're very limited to the props that you can use on this little guy. You got some siren noises going on behind me, but especially because of the size of the little post on these motors. I believe they're 1 millimeter posts, and they're very, very thin, so you really can't get any props to fit on here, pressure fit, except for the 65 millimeter props that we were previously using on brushed motors. So the little posts on these things are, well, I don't know why I'm calling them little, because the posts are very long. That's one of the other negatives that I have about these motors, is how long the posts are. So let me give you guys an idea. These props are pressed on as far as they can go, and we still have a lot of the posts there on the bottom. And so I guess we can get around that by maybe drilling a hole in the top of these props by going through the bottom and drilling all the way clean through it, through the top, and then I guess the motor post would be able to, you know, go all the way through the prop to solve that issue. But nobody wants to really do any modding. Well, not everybody anyhow. Everybody don't want to do modding on these little guys when they get them, and that's one of the things that I think is, it could be very bothersome not being able to get your props all the way down. Well, the stock props do fit all the way down on the posts and all, but they're very, very hard to remove because of that. And so I won't list that as a separate issue, but it's still a part of that post being very long on it. The posts are just too long on it. So those two things, those are the only things that I don't like about the motors, is that they don't have mounting holes and they don't have thick enough posts, and the posts are too long. So we're very limited. You can probably only use 65 millimeter props on this guy, and well, these props here. But I would recommend drilling a hole in here. And another thing that happened to me with these motors is I was trying to remove the stock props that I had on it, and it was so hard to remove them that I actually broke one of these posts here. So I think it's this one here. That's why this prop fits further down. This one fits all the way down on the post there, the motor post, because I actually broke that one, and I didn't break it on purpose. I was using the prop removal tool to remove the props, and I was testing all types of props, and so you guys can just imagine all the problems that I was having removing the props from these guys. Especially Gem Fan has some little 40 millimeter props that I tried on here, and they were very, very hard to remove. And so I have one of the posts broken. I haven't found these things on Amazon or anywhere to purchase, not on Banggood either. This quad here came from Banggood actually, and so I was expecting them to have motors for it. I didn't find these motors. Somebody in the comments did say that they had found these motors. I don't know where. I guess if you guys know where to get these motors, these are LDARC. Looks like they're made by Sunny Sky, but they're 1101.5 motors. So if any of you guys know where to purchase these, please link them in the description. Let me know about it, because I need some new motors for this guy. I actually like these motors, but those are just some of the things that I don't like. Now let's talk about some of the things that I do like about this quad. I think it's a really nice quad for what it is, being a toothpick. I think this thing is the definition of what a toothpick should be. It's very light. It has very light motors. I haven't seen these motors on any other quad besides this one. And it has everything. It has all the bells and whistles. I think it's using smart audio. It's not using Tramp, I don't think. But you can access the PIDs and all, and you know, from the OSD, change everything, change the frequency of the VTX. The VTX goes up to 200 milliwatts, from 25 to 200 milliwatts. So that's a plus, that you can increase the output power of this VTX on here. In the previous videos of this one and that HGLRC Parrot 120, I had them both running on 25 milliwatts, so we were getting some static breakup. The reception is a little better, definitely, with the 200 milliwatts. I'm actually planning to fly down this side alley right here. That's what I usually do when I'm not recording. I figure I'll just do that this time, even though I'm recording. Give you guys a glimpse of what I do sometimes to have fun with these little things out here. I know a lot of people be wondering why I like to fly out here. Mainly it's because of convenience, but I also have grown pretty fond of the scenery out here and some of the obstacles in this little construction. Well, this is a big construction yard here. It stretches really far back there, all the way around to the side over here. The end of this little dead end here is actually part of this construction yard. It stretches all the way out there, and I like flying down this little alleyway here and coming out hot into this little flying strip here and flying, taking it around and everything. So we're just going to get into some flying with this. We're just going to test it out with these props here. I have tested it a little with these props. They do perform nicely. They're more quiet than the stock props, the 65mm props. These props came from a brushed model from Beta FPV. I'll have it listed on description if I can remember and figure out where I got these props from, but I ordered a lot of them. I will have them in description on Amazon, so you guys can grab these if you have this little quad. They actually work pretty nice for this quad. Punch out isn't bad at all, but on 2S it might be a little lackluster with these props here. Maybe it needs some tuning, but let's get this thing up in the air and check it out. All right, we're in acro mode. We're gonna do a punch out. So nice punch out, as I stated. Let's do another punch out. The battery doesn't like that punch out with these props though. A little more strenuous, I guess. We're flying line of sight in acro mode. Let's come around this gate hot here. We're on 200 milliwatts. So let's get into some FPV. And this battery is crying. Try to come around this alleyway here. Try not to hit that little structure they got there. we're having a lot of breakup with it. Picking on this poor little battery here. Oh, and we banged out. Looks like we're upright though. Yep, we're upright. Back in the air with it. Got some cars zooming by behind me there. Something coming in the construction yard. Try to shoot that down this alleyway some more. Yeah, let's not go too far. It's starting to break up a little on me. I'm flying out of here hot. That's what I like to do, y'all. Come right back through the little twigs and everything. Oh, we banged out. Let's see if we still got our props on. Nope. We must have lost one of the props this time, guys. It does have turtle mode working, but I think I lost the prop, so it's not really going to help us. We have the buzzer in effect. Let's get the buzzer beeping. And we're over there. Okay, so luckily we found one of the props. we got the other prop here too. So this prop is banged up pretty bad. Check it out. I think we probably can still get it in the air though. Oh, now look at that. Sheesh. So we broke another motor post on this thing. Let's get it back to the our little post that we like to post up on and talk. So there we go. Check it out. One of the posts broke, snapped in half, and so I definitely need more motors now. So I would definitely warn against using these type of props with it, or any props that won't press all the way down on it. These motor posts are way too long. I was thinking maybe I should have clipped them. Maybe I'll cut them myself if I do get some more of these motors, but these motor stems are way too long. As you guys can see, it just broke. Snapped on me, and so now I have two broken ones. I guess maybe not a big deal if you're planning to just use the stock props, because they press all the way on, and in that form it's a pretty nice flyer and all, but I'm not that big of a fan of the 65mm props, so I like to experiment and try different props, and you really can't do that with this one. It's just the 65mm or nothing, or this actually. Thanks for watching.